I think it's a great occasion for clients to come together every year to look how has the world changed relative to a year ago.
So it's really interesting to see some of the developments that are happening there in terms of some of the predictive stuff and how that will touch on kind of pricing and reinsurance in the years to come.
AI will be transformative in the industry. It'll have an impact on how we engage with our customers, how our products are priced, but more importantly, how we understand risk on an ongoing basis.
It was really interesting hearing about some of the genetic stuff that was just covered in the last session, actually, and how that interacts with how we measure risk in the market. The way that we look at risk and the way that we measure risk is always constantly evolving. And it's always interesting to hear about things that are happening with medical tests, genetic tests, etc., and how they can help us with that.
Probably the most memorable one for me was topic 2 with the genetics. It's understanding what that means for us as insurers. You could look at it in a slightly cautious way in terms of the risks, but actually it's been a bit more positive and understanding how we can promote some of these genetic testings that, as I said, are affordable and accessible. I think there'll certainly be a change to certainly some of the onboarding and application journey, resulting in us having to consider how the product exists. Do we need to change some of the conditions if it's early detection? Will it meet a full diagnosis of a cancer condition? Do we need to have a look at more of the less advanced cancers as an example?
Well, a couple of the trends more on the medical side, that was both on the genetics aspects, which were discussed from both the medical but also some of the actuarial perspectives. And then intergenerational mental health, particularly how that's changed over the last decade or two and how it affects the young. And that's most relevant actually to some of the disability type covers that we provide.
And also some of the emerging trends are some of the key aspects that I find really useful. I mean, just a few years ago at an event here, we were talking about, or Swiss Re were talking about weight loss medication, and this is something that's really prevalent now. So I look to this as the future in terms of emerging trends and risks, and that's why I value it so much.
As an industry, we're not that great at customer engagement, so I think there's always something to learn from other industries in that space.
So customer engagement is, I think, critical for all of our insurance clients, and it's probably also an area of the business that's come on leaps and bounds in the last decade or two. So I think it's quite straightforward for people to try and bring that into the business and say, well, how can we engage better? How can we do a better job of selling ourselves? How can we do a better job of making sure that we can entice new customers, that we can explain needs to them?
So really, I think tailoring communication styles and really looking into how we can support different demographics to their most suitable method of communication, really. I think that's definitely something that I'll be discussing further.
And once they're an active and happy customer of an insurance client, how can we make sure that they stay? How can we make sure that they stay content and that they're serviced well over the whole lifespan of a policy, given that sometimes that will last decades?